I did 6 years in the military, in the Army, and here are my tips on why you should not join. Disclaimer, if you are about to join and you already got your mind made up, just scroll on past. This is to spread awareness, put exposure out there, and to save my kind from going into a white man's army. Number one, they're racist. Number two, you will never get your full amount of pay. So the amount of pay that they tell you they're going to pay you, you'll never see it. Number three, when it's time to get out and get your benefits, they're going to give you a hassle and bully you, harass you, and take all year long. Next tip, they don't like black people, so go in there and be prepared to be at the bottom of the swivel. You're going to be dealing with people who are used to the old way of living. Those people think they're still in 1930. Next tip is the food. They poison you through the food. They also put stuff in the food to throw off your body. Also, they give you so many shots, you'll never fully know what's inside of your body, and they require you to get every shot that the government comes out with.
I need people from the Army, the Marines, Navy, Air Force, any branch of defense and offense. I definitely need to hear from them because I don't know if this person is just bitter. Does she just have a bad experience? Or is this actually true? And the only way we can get that actual answer is from the people that actually serve. So I hope this video gets to the people that actually serve. And if you actually serve, put a comment in the section. Shout yourself out and let us know if whatever she's saying is actually valid. This is the first time I'm ever hearing that the Army was. I don't know anything about that. Please let us know. What I do know is kind of off is that the food, the poisoning you and everything else. I would think, just thinking off the top of my head, that if you want an army or a defense system or whatever it is, you want them to be the strongest as possible. You don't want to poison them because these are the people that you basically hire to go fight and go die over in battlefields. And you need to win that battle. So you want these people to be strong. You want these people to be as good as possible. So I don't think that they want to do something to you that's going to make you worse off. That doesn't register to me. But if it does to somebody else, please let me know. That's kind of off. And then the black and white thing, that threw me off. But then again, I don't know. Y'all let me know.
They take people right out the hood. So most of the people that's in the military have anger issues, mommy and daddy issues. No one who had a good life, that was wealthy, that grew up sane and stable with both parents and a healthy home is in the military. Nobody.
I can have some agreement to that. Like, I don't see how you come with money and everything else and you will want to go die overseas. I don't see how you will want to do that. I think you have to either be forced, right? But if you are going to go to the Army or any branch, why would you do that if you're already successful? I actually signed up for the Army. This is why, from whatever she said, I didn't see. Now, I've seen some things, but we'll get to that later. So I went through the whole thing, the ASVAB tab to the MEPS. I did the whole entire thing. The only reason why I didn't go for sure, because I was supposed to be reserved, and it said like, all right, it's gonna be like 3 years. I said, all right, cool. And it's the reason why I went through all of it. And having a kid, I'm from the gutter. So if I'm from the gutter, I'm like, all right, listen, I'm gonna end up dead or in jail for sure. Something bad is gonna happen, right? And then you have a kid, you want to take a kid. I'm like, I need to do something to try to combat whatever I think is going to happen. So it is some truth that a lot of these people are from towns, broken, whatever it is, and they come from bad places with issues or whatever it is. I believe that, not only because of me, but because of what I've seen as well. So when I go into these things, the only reason why I didn't go is because they told me it was 3 years. Then after that, after I passed everything, whatever, they said it was going to be like 6. And I'm like, nah, I don't really want to do that. But let's just say if it was 6, okay, cool. Now we get into a certain type of pay because you get your position, whatever. I'll be an E3 or E4, something like that. So I was like, all right, you get your position. And I'm like, all right, well, now I'm supposed to take care of the family, right? So I'm like, I don't care about me per se, which goes to her point. I don't really care about me per se, but I need to just make sure I have enough to get with them. And then also I was going to school, so they help pay for school, whatever it is. I was getting everything together. Then they told me, like, basically, yeah, we're not really taking care of the family, He's like, because you have to be married right then and there. And I'm like, all right. And then I figured out how much money it was. I'm like, this is stupid. I don't see how anybody do this. I'm like, I can make more money, not put my life on the line at all. Without doing this, I can make more money. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna go. He's like, nah, you should go. You should. No, I'm good. That's the reason why I didn't go. I was like, I can't. I'm not gonna have enough to take care of my family. I can go out there and do it. Maybe I should just keep a cool head and figure something else out as an entrepreneur and do other things, which I did. So one of the best choices I had is to not go. But if you are in there, you are going. Please let me know your experience.
Next is they're full of drunks because you're not supposed to do drugs, even though the higher ups be doing. So they'll kick you out if you do weed, but the higher ups and the white people be doing and getting away with it. When it comes down to medication, so I had started going to behavioral health. I wanted just a clearer space for my mental. They put me on 4 different types of medication to make me commit. The doctor also confessed to me that I was their test dummy, basically their guinea pig. So when they get new medication, they try it out on the black people, and the number one side effect is thoughts.
A lot. Okay. Okay. A lot of medicine side effect. I don't know if they picked the black people, because technically if you went to a certain thing to get your mind right, and then they basically offered you drugs, I think they would offer everybody. I don't think these drugs was exclusively for black people. I think they just offered you the drugs that they had. I'm sure the army and all of those people will have connections to all the pharmaceutical companies. I'm pretty sure they have government contracts. I'm pretty sure, because they don't really care about us, period. That's anybody, black, white, Chinese, it doesn't matter. They don't really give to you. They're nothing to them. It's about the rich and the poor, period. So I'm pretty sure they are, lobbying to get certain stuff and have military contracts to push their drugs into the military to all people. I don't think they're like, all right, bet, look, we can make a lot of money. Black people is only about 13% of the entire population. I don't know what's the percent of black people in the army or any one of those branches, but I would assume it's a small amount in comparison to the white people and everybody else. I would just assume that. So for a pharmaceutical company and the army to be like, nah, we can't do this to the majority population. We only can give this to the minority of the population in the army. So we don't want to make that much money. That would be saying that your skin color is more important to them than the money. That doesn't make sense to me. I firmly believe that they just gave you what you basically came there for, to get your mind right. The side effects of a lot of these drugs can be, ending yourself or anything like that. If you watch a commercial on TV, straight ending yourself. 30, not even 30 seconds, 20 seconds is telling you what the drug can do for you. You see people running and jogging in the forest, happy. And then the rest of the commercial for the next minute and a half, they're telling you all the side effects of the drug, on how bad it is, as people still run and play with the dog and roll around in the mud and be happy with their kids. They're telling you that you can have all these dark thoughts that end yourself, that, you're going to be bleeding out different parts of your body, including your elbows. They're going to tell you all the stuff that's bad as they B-roll all the good videos. So it's not that drug that was doing that. That's typically a lot of these drugs. And keep in mind, the drug that I'm referring to is probably just for like a migraine. And then the side effect be migraines. So that's just drugs, period. I don't think they specifically pointed out black people. So once again, I don't know if she's just bitter on this one, but I wouldn't know until you guys or anybody, hopefully reach you from the army or that had experiences to validate or invalidate, confirm or deny everything she's saying.
Bring me to my next tip. They off people and they get away with it. They cover it up. They'll lie to the family and say that the person off themselves. They'll lie and say it was an accident. When those soldiers go missing, the government know exactly where they're at. Next, they're also undercover bases, so it's so easy to get kidnapped and trafficked. Next tip is they don't care about your well-being. Anytime I went forward to report harassment, bullying, and racism, because technically we have EO, so it's supposed to be illegal to be racist in the military, but they just have things written down on paper just so we can look good for the white people. They don't give a fuck about that shit in person.
This white people thing, I don't know. Once again, all right, I'm gonna leave that alone. But as far as the basically the kidnapping type of thing, it's crazy because now when just looking into Charlie Kirk's situation with Erica Kirk and her and Romania and whatever they were doing over there and the kids over there getting abused, I didn't know it was to that extent, but 100% the army, and it was the army that did that. It was the army that did the thing in Romania with Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow, whatever you want to call her, that did all those stuff with those children, the sergeants, the big people, and they had those, and they was trafficking those youngins over there. and they got kicked out the country. So it's not like it's not verified. So yeah, 100%, I would believe her in that aspect. Doesn't mean everything else she's saying is right, but in that aspect, yeah, she has some truth to that.
Next is recruiters are scammers, they are liars, and they are energy thieves, and they steal money. Next is when it comes down to basic training, their motto is to break you down and build you back up. Nothing in life that is positive is going to start off by tearing you down. They break people's bodies. Anybody who's going to feel like they're going to come in negative on this post, go sign your ass up and join, and then you come back. If you don't have no intentions of joining, don't get on my post talking about somewhere. You can't say that. That's not everywhere. I travel every state in the United States except for 9, and I got treated the exact same way except for in Tennessee. So out of all the states, so that's what? So I've traveled to 41 states, and I only got treated fairly in one state, and that was Tennessee. Another thing.
Sometimes people, this is not to say this is a situation. I don't want to take anything away from her, at least not too much. But if your mindset is that people are after you and these people are, and you project that. So sometimes when people are not being racist or anything like that, you think that they are. And then basically the energy that you give off is going to be the energy that you get back. So now you believe everything is racist. If you look at Dr. Umar Johnson or any one of these people that preach the pro-black stuff, it's like the stuff that it's just a stretch. And when I see people say they don't like certain people, like white people or whatever, white people that don't like black people, it'd be irrational. It has nothing to do with anything. These are normal people. Y'all have way more like than you think. So to see that, it's usually the people that have the most, you don't find it to be problematic. The people that have the most problems with another race are they themselves racist. Do not see that correlation. It's never a black person that have a problem with white people that's just not racist themselves. Now, I don't want to be all this white man stuff. I don't want. They all like that. That's the only ones that have problems with the white people. The white people that have the problem with the black people are the white people that are themselves. That say, oh, the black people, stay away from them blacks. That's the people. The people that are not, that don't have problem with white people as a people, as an ethnic group. If the people that say like, oh, we don't, I don't really care, and you judge people individually, then you don't have a problem. Same way, vice versa, with the white people that do with the black people. And I've worked with thousands of people. There's not hundreds, it's not tens. I'm talking about thousands of people that I've worked with, thousands of people that I've met. A lot of white people. A lot of white people hire me. And when you start going to these people's houses and see how they live, the culture is different, but they don't really care. They're real chill, they're real nice. Of course, they're going to be some bad ones, because I've met bad ones in passing, right? Like ones that, if you're trying to get into a building, the door is locked. They make sure the shit is locked behind them so you can't get in. They don't want you in that building like that. I've witnessed that before, but that's not the vast majority of them. The vast majority of them is actually really cool. They really don't care, to be honest. And you would know from the Black Lives Matter movement and George Floyd and all this stuff, it was mostly white people out there, if people forgot. But, okay.
Is that when they cause you injuries, they're going to try to lie about it. They're going to try to cover it up. When I broke my foot, when they broke my foot because they dropped an object on my foot and broke it, they covered it up. They flew me to California to hide me. They did not take me to any doctor appointments. I never got my foot healed. I had to heal my foot on my own because I'm spiritual. I literally healed my own foot. They only put my cast on and they took it off like 9 months later. Never gave me no physical therapy or nothing. When you break your body down, you're responsible for building it back up, even though they broke it. In basic training, there's literally a camp called sick bay that you can go to. Like if you get too sick and you can't do basic training for a few days, I got my teeth pulled, so I had to go there. And there were so many people who were there that did not pass basic training. So basically, sick bay was where they was hiding people out. I met one girl who had been there for 2 years, y'all. Her people think that she done moved on and she's in her military career. She haven't even left basic training, and basic training is 2 months. On my very first night of reception, 2 girls got raped by drill sergeants in the bathroom, and they covered it up, sent those girls to a psych ward. Now, I'm not saying that every individual person is wicked, but what I am saying is that the military has a job to do, and they are involved in cover-ups. If one is doing it, they're all doing it. It don't matter where you go. They all follow the same motto. The government does not like being exposed.
Now, I firmly believe that after everything she said, a lot of the racist stuff, I don't know, but a lot of the things she said, I don't put it past people. Once again, if you was in the Army, please let us know, or any division. I won't put it past people because these people are the people that cause most of the problems in your life. When it comes to the FBI, the CIA, all the stuff like that, I can guarantee you most of our lives, the people here, the people in Iran, the people that's in any other country around the world, I can guarantee you have so much in common with these people, so much similarities with these people. These people are not your problem. It's the governments that are the problem. The governments that do all this stuff. This is all for the governments, not for you. You just pay for it and you suffer for it. But it's the governments that do all of these things, whether their government or ours, that cause all these problems for us. I firmly believe that the Army and all these things, they do vicious things. They do bad things. I don't know if it's to the extent or everything she's saying is valid. However, I'm for sure they do, because who's going to stop them? They're run by the same people that were in the Epstein files. These are the big people that do things like that. And 100%, they do R-word women and stuff. Stuff happens over there. And then a lot of that, you'll probably never find out about them, because you're basically asking the government to investigate themselves and find wrongdoing.